Each year, the colonel and his staff travels around the state to each of our troop headquarters. We call them troop meetings. It occurs usually in September, October time frame of each year. And we had just completed a round of those troop meetings, and at those meetings the colonel had talked about how he hoped he never had to endure being informed that one of his officers had died in the line of duty. And at this particular round of troop meetings, there's a benevolent organization that helps out members of the Highway Patrol family who have lost a loved one, the Masters, and they had talked about how trying a job that is for them. And having Joe be killed in the line of duty just shortly after we had completed that round of troop meetings was a great burden upon the colonel and our entire patrol family. Fortunately, we had a lot of good friends, including our friends from the St. Louis County Police Department there to help us through that time. We tried to be there for the members of Joe's family as they went through this very difficult time. Joe had been a member of the patrol for 17 years. He loved being an officer with the patrol. He loved flying. He had just finished flying a traffic mission down in Jefferson County earlier that morning and was on his way back to Spirit Airport when he experienced mechanical difficulties with his helicopter and crashed. He was able to bring the helicopter down, and in so doing avoided a school and a residential area, protecting the lives of others as he had done throughout his career. It's difficult when you have a friend that passes in that manner. I started my career in Troop C. I didn't work with Joe closely, but I consider him a part of my Troop C family. Joe's mother and sisters are here. I would like for them to stand. We have grown to know them very well since October the 15th of last year. We have tried to be with them there every step of the way. We consider them part of our close family now. We also would like to thank Chief Fitch and the members of the St. Louis County Police Department. Joe shared hangar space with them at the airport, and there are a number of St. Louis County officers who feel the same pain, quite honestly, that we do, because they were with Joe each and every day and are very much a part of his family. I know when we arrived at the crash site, Chief Fitch was there on the scene immediately, along with members of his department assisting. And we would like to thank you for recognizing Joe by adding his name to your memorial wall here today. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Colonel Coffey. And also I'd like to bring to the microphone who suffered a loss, Chief Quentin Randolph. He is the chief of the Northeast Ambulance and Fire Protection District, who will tell us about EMT Sharice Bishop.
Good morning, everybody. Sharice was a very valuable member of our department. Sharice loved doing what she did. Sharice was an EMT with us. She's been with us for about 4 years. She was one of the most bubbliest young ladies we've had at our department. She always came to work with a smile, always told everybody, hey guys, how you doing? I'm gonna make sure everybody's doing okay this morning. I mean, she was really a bubbly young lady. The evening that Sharice passed, I left the engine house. The last person I spoke with was Miss Bishop. I told her, she said, bye, Chief. I said, hey, y'all be safe. As I always tell every member before I leave the firehouse, you all be safe. She responded to a call where they were resuscitating a young man who had passed out in the store. And while resuscitating this gentleman, Sharice collapsed over herself. The members that were there that witnessed this, they worked diligently to save Sharice. And this was truly, truly a painful event for our small fire department, because when you are a small fire department, you are really, really close to one another when doing this job. I want to thank all the men and women, the police and fire that came to Sharice's aid when she went down. There was lots of outpouring. We really appreciate that. That really got the family by. We really got the firefighters through this whole incident. Ms. Bishop, how are you this morning? We've been really steadfast with the Bishop family since this incident has happened. It has strengthened our fire department, believe it or not, to really cherish the life and the lives of the men and women who serve and do what they do. I also want to thank St. Louis County Chief Fitch for this honor, and this honor bestowed upon one of our members, and for the family of the bishops. And again, she's truly missed, and this honor would be truly, you know, I'm at a loss of words right now because it still kind of hurts our family. This is still pretty young with us. But as I was saying, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everyone for this honor, and God bless.
And to the Shingle and Bishop families, you have our deepest sympathy, and thank you again for being here today. And we invite you after the ceremony, please come forward if you haven't had a chance to see your loved ones' names engraved on these beautiful walls here for eternity. So please join us afterwards for that. We'd also like to remember today St. Louis Metropolitan Police Officer Darrell Hall. Many of you attended his funeral last week, and again, another valued member of our community lost in the line of duty. So our hearts go out to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department for that as well. We have many members behind me here today that join us year after year after year, and we thank you for your support as well. Members of the St. Louis County Council, the County Board of Police Commissioners, the Prosecuting Attorney, the County Counselor, the Chairman of the Fire Standards Commission, the President of the Greater St. Louis Fire Chiefs Association, the Director of the Missouri Department of Public Safety, and Chief Ron Patel from the Backstoppers. I'm very honored this morning to introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker is Attorney General Chris Koster. On January 12, 2009, Mr. Koster was sworn in as the 41st Attorney General of the state of Missouri. Prior to his election to the state Senate, Mr. Koster served as Cass County Prosecuting Attorney for 10 years. He also served as an Assistant Attorney General from 1991 to 1993. Please welcome me in having Attorney General Koster come to the microphone, and thank you for being here with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Good morning. It's an honor to be with you this morning, and I speak as one just like those who are gathered on the balcony in the back and those who are gathered behind us over to my left. I stand here not as Attorney General, but as a citizen, as someone who grew up in this community, and who's someone who has had the privilege of working with the law enforcement community for all of my adult life. The men and women who are gathered here on my left represent a central portion of our culture and our community. This is our law enforcement community. This is our law enforcement family. Every challenge that we face in this community, every wrong that needs to be righted, begins with these men and women answering a call and putting their lives in risk, whether it occurs in a business or on the highways or in a home. When we are in trouble, these are the men and women that we call. And they are always and have always and will always be there for us. The formality of these ceremonies is most fitting because it is intended for the families who we are here to honor. It is our way of saying from the law enforcement community to you that we will never forget the loss that you have endured, that we feel the pain, that these were our friends, these were our co-workers, these were the people who had our backs when we were doing the people's work, but they were loved ones and family members to you. And we want you to know that you are part of our family. That is the purpose of the formality of this ceremony. You are permanently part of our law enforcement family. And we will never forget the loss that we have shared together. And we will be there for you forever as you go forward with your lives. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in Jefferson City, just on the north side of the state capitol, at the law enforcement memorial there, just outside the governor's office, there will be 7 new names that are added to the wall representing all of the law enforcement officers who have died in this state's history. From 1836 to 2011, 663 names that have now been added to that wall. These ceremonies across the state of Missouri are our way of permanently saying that this law enforcement community is central to our culture, central to our lives, central to the example that we are setting for our families and for the future that we are building, and that you are central to that law enforcement family, that your loss is in our hearts, and we will never forget.